The Table Turned by William Wordsworth. Poet's Biology. The Tables Turned was written by the English Romantic poet William Wordsworth and published in his 1798 collection Lyrical Ballads. The poem compares knowledge gathered from books with the profound wisdom of the natural world and argues that nature is a far better, not to mention more enjoyable, teacher. It also suggests that knowledge is incomplete without practical experience, which people simply can't get through studying. General meaning and theme. The tables turned themes of the Romantic movement, which responded to the industrialization of society and celebrated the simplicity and beauty of nature, but also how wisdom can come more from nature than books if one was to actively engage in it. The poem is mainly about the importance of nature. It says that books are just barren leaves that provide empty knowledge, and that nature is the best teacher which can teach more about human, evil, and good. Detailed meaning. Up, my friend, and quit your books, or surely you'll grow double. Up, my friend, and clear your looks. Why all this toil and trouble? The sun above the mountain's head, a freshening lustre mellow through all the long green fields has spread, his first sweet evening yellow. Books, 'tis a dull and endless strife. Come hear the woodland linnet, how sweet his music. On my life, there's more of wisdom in it. And hark, how blithe the throstle sings. He too is no mean preacher. Come forth into the light of things, let nature be your teacher. She has a world of ready wealth, our minds and hearts to bless, spontaneous wisdom breathed by health, truth breathed by cheerfulness. One impulse from a vernal wood may teach you more of man, of moral evil and of good. Sweet is the law which nature brings. Our meddling intellect misshapes the beauteous forms of things. We murder to dissect. Enough of science and of art. Close up those barren leaves. Come forth and bring with you a heart that watches and receives. Poet's intention. The poet William Wordsworth, in The Tables Turned, intends to encourage the reader to leave books behind and seek wisdom and inspiration in nature. Wordsworth advocates for the natural world as a superior teacher of moral and spiritual truths compared to intellectual pursuits or scientific dissection. He emphasizes the joy, beauty, and spontaneity that nature brings, urging the reader to embrace a more harmonious relationship with the world rather than relying solely on rigid academic learning. Group's reflection. Our group shared that William Wordsworth's poem The Tables Turned teaches us to appreciate nature, which can offer us more knowledge, joy, and deeper truths than the study of books alone. We agreed that learning through nature can truly enhance our wisdom and understanding of life, and encouraged us to be open to inspiration from our surroundings in the natural world. Responding exercise. His line 8 mean the sun 2. His line 11 mean the woodland linnet 3. It line 12 mean book 4th. He line 14 mean the throstle 5. She line 17 mean nature. The poem The Tables Turned by William Wordsworth reflects the poet's strong belief that nature rather than books is the best teacher. Truly, in the poem The Tables Turned, the tables are in fact turned, as it is the poet who asks his friend to leave his books and study in the midst of nature, instead of his friend asking him why he is wasting his time outside instead of concentrating on his studies and reading books. In the first 2 stanzas, the poet notices that his friend is bookish and studying and asks him to stop straining over books. He warns him that he might grow obese if he coops himself in a room studying. The poet then points out that the student is missing out on the wonderful scenery outside, with sunshine bathing the mountains decked with lush green fields. In the 3rd stanza, the poet then points out that studying books brings in toil. William Wordsworth, who respects nature, asks his friend to listen to the sweet songs of birds, which can bring in more wisdom than any number of labouring. In the 4th, 5th, and 6th stanzas, William Wordsworth in these lines strongly reiterates that nature brings about sweetness which keeps us healthy and cheerful. The poet also says that spending time in the midst of nature can also teach students more about humanity, goodness as well as evil, than mere books learning. The last 8 lines of this passionate poem tell the wisdom of nature, and the knowledge it brings, according to the poet, has been distorted by the way human beings try to cruelly dissect it. William Wordsworth ends the poem by asking his friend to close his books and stop studying science and art, and instead learn from nature in a sensitive and open-hearted manner.